Hello everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to begin our practice at the back of the mat in Hero's Pose. So you can come back and sit directly on your heels, or if it's within your practice, you can keep your knees together, separate your feet, bring your booty down to your mat, sit between your feet. You can allow your hands to drape to your sides or to rest on your lap. Once you find their comfortable spot, just have your palms face the sky, just as an act of receiving energy. If you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes and just start to find that connection to your breath. Just notice your breathing. And take a deep inhale through your nose. Release from your mouth. Do that one more time together. Once you begin to comfortably find that connection, start to set your intention for today's practice. What brought you to your mat today? What is going to motivate and guide you throughout this practice? And just let that be your point of focus. Let that be the one thing that brings you back to center. Inhale your arms above your head. Exhale your hands to heart center. If you are sitting between your feet, come back, sit onto your heels. And just begin to roll your shoulders back. Get out any crunchies or pops, tension that may be stuck to your shoulders, and then roll them forward. Bring yourself back to center. Plant your left hand down on the ground, right arm comes up and over. You have the option to keep your left arm lifted and just kind of resting on your fingertips, or you can lower all the way down to your forearm if that's within your practice. Come back to center and switch sides. Plant your right hand, left arm comes up and over. And back to center. Shift all of your weight forward. Come onto all fours for tabletop. So your knees are going to be in line with your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And begin your cat-cows. On your inhale, you're going to arch your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, bring your gaze between your legs. And we do this to deepen the connection to the breath. We're also opening the chest and getting a little bit of movement into the spine. Come back to center into your tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your tailbone, come into downward facing dog. So you can wiggle out your feet, walk out your dog, create a bit of movement into your hamstrings. Jumper step to the top of your mat, right halfway lift. Exhale, forward forward fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg. Step it all the way through to the top of your mat. Your left heel is going to stay lifted. Keep your hands on your mat as well. And just begin to shift your weight forward. Create a deep bend in your right knee. And you'll feel it all the way down your left leg. Come back to center, stack your ankle underneath your knee, and rise for crescent lunge. Be mindful of how your pelvis is in your lunge. If you are really arching your back, try to tuck your tailbone. Keep your hips in line. And if you look down and you can't see your toes, take a wider step forward. Open your body towards the left of your mat for a twist in your crescent lunge. And come back to center. Bring your left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. We'll twist in the other direction. You're fine, Edgar. Frame your foot, lower your left knee down, untuck your toes, and press up for a low lunge. Bring your hands back down, tuck your toes, step back, downward facing dog. And lift your left leg, step it all the way through. Keep your right heel lifted. Keep your hands down on your mat and shift your weight forward. Create a deep bend in your left knee. Feel that sensation go all the way down your right leg. And then press up, crescent lunge. Open your body towards the right for a twist. And come back to center. Bring your right hand down to your mat, left arm up towards the sky. Revolve, crescent lunge. Bring your left hand down to your mat. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes, press up for your low lunge. Bring both hands down, tuck your toes, step back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, step it all the way through. Come into warrior two. So press into the blade edge of your right foot, a deep bend in your right knee. Extend your arms. Straighten your left leg, bring your feet nice and parallel. Bring your hands to your hips and just begin to rock your pelvis from front to back. This is my favorite little trick to help train your mind to fold from the waist instead of folding from the upper back. We're trying to retrain ourselves to prevent injury and hunching and back pain. The next time you tuck your pelvis back, lean forward, come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you're locking your knees, you can heel to your feet out a bit wide to give yourself some mobility. Come into a halfway lift. Keep your left hand on your mat, right arm is going to go up towards the sky for a twist. And switch sides, plant your right hand, left arm goes up. And switch, right arm goes up. One more time, left hand up. Perfect. And come back to center. Take a big inhale in your halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Press up, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips and press all the way up. Heel toe back in. If you went a little wide, point your toes out into like a V shape. Your right toes are going to point towards the back of your mat, left toes towards the front of your mat. Inhale your arms above your head. Exhale, bring your booty to a hover. Come into your yogi squat malasana. Adjust your footing. It's all good. Get into the pose however you need to. You have a few options here. You can sit on a block if this is really intense. You can hold onto the floor or the mat. Or you can keep your hands at heart center. And however you find your way here, you can stay stationary and just opening your hips. Or you can kind of sway from side to side. I'm a big fan of having a smidge of movement in these kind of static poses, just to give it a little additional massage. I also feel like it kind of intensifies the stretch a little bit more because we're wiggling our way into that deep tissue. Giving our hip joint a little bit of love. Bring your hands to your mat if they're not already there, and just let your booty sink down. Put your legs out in a nice big V, take up a bunch of space. As much space as comfortable. But get your booty out of the way. You want to be on your sit bones. Flex both of your feet. Inhale your arms above your head to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your left leg. If you are prone to locking your knees, take a blanket, pillow, whatever you got, stick it underneath. Or you can plant your knee and just reach. Plant your foot and reach. And in these folding poses, just allow your belly to be soft. And seated folds, we're trying to create ease. So flexing your abdominals isn't going to create much ease. And also having your belly be soft in the folds helps massage your organs. Which is always a nice thing to do. Press up to center. Inhale your arms above your head to lengthen. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Come back to center. Plant both of your feet, your knees bent, keeping that wide space though. Inhale your arms above your head to lengthen. Exhale, fold in between your legs, reach as far forward as you comfortably can. Press all the way up to center. Bring your knees together. Lower all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side, or you can draw circles with your knees. Lower your feet down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Knees go wide. For Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly. And bring one hand to your belly, one to your heart. Notice your breathing. Feel the sensation, the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. I love this posture because it can be quite a vulnerable pose. So giving yourself that physical touch can kind of be a way of you telling yourself that you are safe, you are at ease, I've got you. We'll stay here for a few more comforting breaths. And if your mind has wandered during this practice, shift it back into focus of that intention that you set when you got on your mat today. What was that singular item that was going to guide you through this practice? Bring your arms down to your sides, palms face the sky. Bring your knees together and extend your legs nice and long. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and begin to settle in for Shavasana. Return to your natural breath and allow your body to fall heavy on your mat. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. But for the sake of our practice together, you may bring awareness back into your body. And slowly hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug for showing up for yourself today. making yourself a priority. Lower down to one side for sleepy baby. And with whichever hand landed on top, press up into a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. And take a deep inhale through your nose. And release. And bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. I appreciate all of the love and support that I have received thus far in this channel. I do just want to let you guys know that all of my additional information is always in the description. If you want me to continue to grow this channel and create this small business, let me live out my dream. My Venmo is attached at the bottom, is Yoga with Jenna. I also have my Instagram, my TikTok, all that good stuff, so you can connect with me on all platforms. I appreciate everything that you have done for me this far. This is a wonderful and exciting journey, and I'm very happy to be experiencing that with you. Have a beautiful day, everyone.